Hello and welcome to today's seminar. Today we are going to talk about restoration after surviving narcissistic abuse. So, how does it look for you after surviving narcissistic abuse? How had it affected you? Long after leaving the relationship, how it had made you feel about yourself? And what did you do to restore the parts of you that were damaged? In this live seminar, we are going to discuss about the after effects and then the different stages of healing. From my own personal experience, I categorize the healing into three stages. After breaking free from the narcissist, indeed, staying in a narcissistic relationship, it affects and damages a lot parts of us. The ones that are sacred, the ones that must be held with great care, not compromised, not negotiated. See, the narcissist was so good at transgressing against our own boundary and spaces in the name of the trust we gave them. Mother, father, husband, wife, sibling. We gave them a blind trust friend, but they took advantage of that. And in the name of care, they did everything they can until they left us confused about who we are. The damage is so deep, it cuts so deep. Our identity, our focus, our peace of mind, our character, everything gets affected. After leaving the narcissistic relationship, you still go through a period of attachment to them. So the first stage of healing, I call it the separated yet attached. See, in this first stage, you are guilty because you believe everything the narcissist was telling you about yourself. They have given you another identity without you even realizing. See, it has happened over years, slowly, with a constant gaslighting, abuse, harsh criticism, watering down your progresses and achievements. It seemed humility, somebody cared, but it was watering down your achievements. So it made you, at the end of the day, left you believing that you are unworthy of appreciation. See, the narcissists, you have to admit that's their term. You have to comply to their term that they are all praiseworthy, that everybody else around them should praise them, that you are nothing. So that's what they wanted you to believe, that you are small. So they have worked against you and they have made you believe that. So when you break free from the relationship, probably you left or they kicked you out when they found you useless. When everything they were taking from you has ended, they have left you. Either way, you are left feeling guilty that you are the one that wronged them. Somehow you are blaming yourself. So the first stage of healing, while you are still separated, you are attached. You believe that you have wronged them. You believe maybe you could have done something. You believe that it was your responsibility to give them, but you failed to give. Yeah, sadly enough, that is a reality. Now, as a first stage of this healing, therapy, prayer, self care, regular self care, reflection, it helps with clearing the fog, the shadow, the cloud they built around you to confuse you, the drama, the years of reaction to gaslighting, all of that, the overwhelm, emotional overwhelm that left you numb, unable to see, to feel, to process clearly. So, with time in this first stage of healing, you start to find some space to actually start seeing different reality. And that's how the therapy helps you navigate through your experiences. See, the narcissist has convinced you that they are always right, that you are the one that's wrong. They never held a space for you to feel what you were feeling after the damage they caused to the heart. They never apologized truly, sincerely, and they never fixed any mistake. So it was always you that was wrong. Now, with the therapy, you are going to discover a different reality, the reality that was hidden, the truth that was hidden behind the gaslight, behind the constant attempt to silence him. Now you're going to see, as the fog is clearing, you're going to see a different reality. Because if each time you have been silenced, you have been resenting, now it's going to come out. The emotions. Yeah? So you have now received validation from the therapist, and then your prayer with God, your connection, it's with the solitude, it's going to give you some space. Now, the second stage, I call it detached but still reacting from wound. Now, here there is some form of detachment. Now you are going to start saying no. You're going to start saying no. You're going to start to see your sorry, your abuser as an abuser. You're going not to glorify them, because previously you were glorifying them for fear. You're afraid that they might not be happy, or they might criticize you harshly. You dimmed your light. You gave them credit for something they did never worked for. Something you worked for, they took credit for it. So you live it in fear. For years you feared them, whether it was your mother, father, husband, friend, wife, whoever those people that were close to you that caused this damage. You live it in fear, in constant fear. See, over time, because this fear became as an obligation, it was your obligation to make them happy. So it became overwhelming emotion. But after the first stage of healing, now you have a space open, some space inside of you to detach and actually to validate your own emotions. Now, this time you are going to see the person for who they are, but still you are reacting from the wound. You're angry, things happen, little things they upset you. Um, you get irritated, afraid, ashamed. You still want to overgive. So at this stage, you are going to start seeing the pattern, because you have some detachment, some approval, some validation with a, of course, with the process going on, prayer, self-care, regular self-care, therapy, reflection. You are going to start seeing the pattern that kept you attracting toxic people. You are going to start feeling the hurt, because now you have space inside of you to acknowledge your pain, to acknowledge the hurt, to acknowledge the damage without judgment, to allow yourself to feel. See, every time you said that I was wronged, you were silenced. So you were judgmental about yourself. You were not allowing yourself to feel it. You were dependent for validation on another person, but now you will validate yourself. So this reactiveness, you are going to see it for what it is. You're going to have enough space inside of you enough detachment from the ego, drama, from victim. So you're going to start seeing actually that what is happening at this moment is not the reason you are reacting or angry or afraid or ashamed. You are actually reacting to what was happening to you in the past. Your body has absorbed so much poison. Each time you were gaslighted, abused, ridiculed, bullied, shamed, scared, you suppressed your emotions. So this poison is still trapped in your body and it wanted a way out, a release. But you were not releasing it because you were judgmental. But at this stage, second stage of healing, you are going to start to have enough space and openness and humility and courage, compassion to allow yourself actually to feel the hurt and to see the pattern for what it is and not judge it. Not judge it. You are going to understand a different reality about yourself. You are going to see that this years of pattern is that the script your mother, if it was a narcissist mother or narcissist father or narcissist partner, the script that was crafted to keep you small, you are going to see the script itself and your reaction to that script all coming from within you. At this moment, they have nothing to do with what is happening, but they were reacting. So now you're going to create the space, you're going to allow yourself to acknowledge, soothe yourself, take care of yourself, feel the hurt, release the hurt. So this is very important process. It's a process where you start to remember who you really were before the damage. You are going to start seeing how this change happened. You're going to start seeing yourself before the damage, who you were without shame. And then you're going to start saying no to things that came as a result of the distraction. They distracted you from focusing on what was important to you with the lies. They made you distracted, they made you codependent, they made you angry every time they were poking on you constantly to get a reaction. And now you are going to see that for what it is. That there's nothing wrong with you, that you are not crazy. You were not crazy. It was things, bad stuff was happening to you, but you were not aware. You didn't know. You had a blind trust to them. So this is becoming a process of discernment. You are learning discernment. So at this stage, feeling everything, separating yourself from the one who damaged you, and seeing the pattern and not letting the pattern create another story by reacting to this moment. You see the pattern for what it is, separate from the moment, and you feel, you release the heart, you heal. And then the third stage is now you have the discernment already from the second stage. A new strength is born. Parts of you that were damaged are restored now. Your focus is going to be on fully, okay, this kind of people, I'm not allowing them into my life. I'm keeping distance from this kind of people. I totally cut relationship ties to this kind of people. I do not have any form of commitment. I do not allow it. These people are dangerous to my house, dangerous to my presence. I do not allow them into my space. I do not sit on their table. I do not allow them to sit on my table either. Everything between us has ended. You cut the relationship with that narcissistic kind of, with those narcissistic people that causes the damage to never come ever again into your life, and anybody who carries the same energy in the future. Because now you have learned discernment. You have discernment. You are able to understand and see the red flags early on and protect your peace. So you have a power, a new strength is born from the damage. As you started healing, you have learned You have become equipped with the power to protect your peace, to defend yourself, to walk away and never sit in a place where you are being abused and bullied. Um, you focus, and now it's going to be shifting more on thriving. From survival, you are going to work on to thriving. You want your focus restored at the first time before the damage. You know now who is your tribe and who isn't. You now have discernment. You now have connection with God. You now have a purpose in life. You now have decided that this is what I'm going to do in my life, and I'm going to invest my time and energy in building it in your career, um, in the relationships you want to build, new relationships, people that match your energy, with your relationship with God, and your legacy. So it's going to be a thriving stage. Now every part of you, you work every day to complete restoration, to protecting them from every negativity. You have that power. You don't react from the wound. You separate the reactionists. You see them for what they are. You feel a release. You have the power now over you. You have control over you. You have broken the pattern, and now you are working on your own new script that aligns with your life purpose, that matches the person you wanted to become. And you are writing that script every day and working towards that ideal, with daily connection with God. Uh, I hope you found this helpful. I would like to hear from you. What looks like your restoration stage from after narcissistic abuse. Um, I'd love to hear from you. Leave down your comments below. Thank you for watching. For more, subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next video.